Hi there, my name is Steve Gearhart and this is the Otaku Observer. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching the video. I always appreciate the fact that you are here to watch the video and see my face in all its glory, such as it is. Anyway, so real quick, I asked a while ago whether or not I should continue to do Where to Eat for Otakon. My problem was that I didn't have a good time in 2022, and I was debating whether or not to do it again because I knew I wasn't going to go in 2023. But I do really like doing it, going on the train and taking video on the train and the metro and walking around and doing all the stuff. I really actually enjoy doing it. I enjoy making those videos very, very much, honestly. So as it turns out, I'm not going to do it because, well, time and life made the decision for me. I woke up this morning and I realized that I had no time between the job, Gen Con coming up, and some other stuff that I have to do this month. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have actually no time to actually do this and then be able to roll it out for people to take advantage of before Otakon happens. So unfortunately, nowhere to eat for Otakon for 2023. Hopefully we'll do it for 2024, and maybe I'll be there in 2024. You know, maybe things will improve over 2023. Maybe they'll start on the mending trend and start doing the things correctly that they didn't do in 2022, and we can always keep our fingers crossed because at the end of the day, while I didn't have a good time at 2022 for the most part, I do love Otakon and I want it to succeed, and I do want to come back. So there you go. All right, so enough of that. Let's get on with the video. So this is going to be kind of a hodgepodge. I don't really have a structure to this video, so I'm just going to talk about stuff. Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk about, might be the only thing I talk about, depending on how long I talk about it, is actually Gen Con. So, you know, I'm going with Brent Newhall, Anime Archaeology channel. That's his gig, and he and I are going to go again in it's in Indianapolis, and it's the first weekend in August. So I'm really looking forward to it. I had a really great time the first time. This time is going to be a little bit different for me because the last time I went, which was year before last, you know, things were just opening up kind of out there for the convention center, so there wasn't as many people as there would normally be. So this time around, I'm expecting a large crowd, right? I'm expecting that, so this should not hopefully be a shocker to me. But that convention center is a pretty large place, so we'll see what happens. I'm kind of looking forward to it and experiencing it again. So to that effect, I just want to talk about how well organized Gen Con is so far. That was one of the things that impressed me. I talked about it in my you know, wrap-up video when I came back, and you know, talked about how wonderful it was to be able to walk into a convention where people knew where things were able to help you and to expedite lines quickly. And you know, it's such a different experience than Otakon that it was just very, very refreshing. So when I signed up again to do it this year, I was just like, okay, let's see if that's consistent, if that quality of organization is consistent. Well, so far it is. Gotta tell you. So you know, so the way that they do things is you have to buy a ticket to whatever it is that you want to go to. You either buy a ticket or you sign up for a ticket. Some of the things you have to pay for, some of the things are free, but you have to sign up for it. So you put together a wish list as soon as they release kind of the schedule of the hundreds of things that you can do at this convention. That's the other thing about this convention. You will not be bored. You cannot be bored. I don't see how you could be bored. There's so many things going on. Brent is actually hosting a RPG game. So, you know, there's that. I'm going to sit on that and see how that works. But, you know, so you go onto the site and they give you a newsletter. They keep you updated. You know, I was getting stuff in my email going, hey, this is happening. Hey, this is happening. You know, check this out. Check this, that, and the other thing. Oh, and by the way, the things that you're really concerned about, here's where we are on that. And it was kind of nice to have that information periodically coming into my inbox. And, you know, so I didn't feel like, okay, are they going to have the schedule out on time? Are they going to have the app ready? Are they going to have it done before the convention actually starts? That's what happened in 2022 at Otakon. Some of the stuff did not happen. Anyway, so when it came time to actually get the stuff together, what they do is on the website, they tell you, okay, at this time, you need to be ready to click your mouse on the button so that your name will be put into a queue, and then you just wait for your number to come up, and then whatever it is that you have on your wish list, you can see if you can still get them. So it's basically a first come first serve thing, which is honestly the best way to do these kinds of things. I mean, that's honestly the fairest way to do it. There just is no other way to do it fairly. So I happen to have the day off that day. I work in retail, so I can have any day to be a work day. Anyway, so I happen to have that day off, and I was like literally on the mouse with my finger practically like hovering over, ready to tap, and then, you know, the countdown clock 0, 1, click, right? So I figured I'd probably be in the first few hundred. 3,193, I think, was a queue number. So I had to wait a couple hours. But still, what was kind of interesting was that when it came time for me to get in there and choose my items, I had up to 2 hours to figure out what I wanted to do, right? So before they said, okay, choose now or you're SOL. And so that means that, you know, I had the ability to, if I needed to talk to Brent and go, hey, these might be the things that are no longer available to us. What do we want to do? Or do we sort of free wing it, or, you know, whatever. So that was kind of nice, a nice window of time to have. And the other part of it was that there was, you created a wish list, and the website was able to say, okay, click on the button that says, of your wish list, and we're going to see how much we can, you know, get you into. Imagine that. You just by click a button, all the things that you signed up for, the website determines whether or not you're able to do these things, and it tells you the things that you're not going to be able to do, so that you can have the 2 hours to plan. Kind of nifty. Why other places like Otaku can't do that, I don't know. So anyway, so I did that. Fortunately, everything that we had on our wish list was available at that time, so we were able to get through and get the things. And it was just such an easy and for me non-stressful way to go about things. You know, there's no guessing. It's just, here you do the thing, here's the way to do it, here's how you do it, and here's what you should expect. And it all panned out. So I was really happy about that. Later on in the day, Brent was just like, oh, you know what, we should probably get some general admission tickets in case there's something we happen to be walking by and we want to try and get into. All right, great. He goes, I'll take care of that. I'll get those. So he went along and got them, and he got them under his name. Now, what is another neat little trick that they do there is that you can, if you're going with somebody, like Brent and I are going together, we can make a family and connect people so that, you know, we all know what each other is doing, and it's just a great way to plan and to schedule and all that good stuff. So anyway, so we did the stuff, bought the badges, bought what we needed to do, or I had already bought the badges before we chose the things that we were going to do, and they said around June 18th they're going to mail the stuff out, and, you know, be on the lookout for it. June 17th rolls around, I get an email saying, hey, we're sending this stuff out, be on the lookout for it. Awesome. I'm being told that this thing is going to be coming to my workplace because I put my workplace as the safe harbor to get these things. So of course it shows up, right? And I was like, yay, I got my stuff. So what they send to you is not only your badge, got my 4-day badge, and the lanyard. Remember, I knew there was a problem in 2022 in Otaku when they did not send the lanyard, and I was like, why would you not send the lanyard with your pass? Don't know why you would do that. So that was kind of cool. Also, I like it because I do like to show the boys. I don't know if you're familiar with it or if you can see that. That's kind of a, you know, show that I like, so that was kind of cool. But yeah, so, you know, it gives you rules on the back. It tells you exhibit hours, so you can have, you know, just information, and, you know, just it's just so nice and compact and useful. And they send you your tickets, right? So you get your tickets. So everything's done. Everything that you want to do is done, right? So I get all the stuff, and then they print out. They go, okay, here are the things that you should be seeing in your thing. It says items for Stephen Gerhardt, electronic tickets for Stephen Gerhardt, because not all the tickets are paper tickets. Some of them are electronic. So it tells me that. And it tells me the stuff that I should have or should be expecting that are not in this package. And those are all of the generic tickets that Brent had bought. And it shows there. And it says pick up from Brent Newhall. Great organization. Great way to make sure that you have what you need and what you want. And I got this probably last week. And the convention isn't until August. We're coming in on August 3rd. So we got our stuff. We know what we're doing. We've got our schedule. We got everything over a month in advance. In over a month in advance, I'm ready to go. And here's the cool part, is that even if I lose these tickets, I'll be able to go there and have them printed out because they can do that. So right now, the level of organization I am very, very, very much pleased with thus far. You know, again, we'll see what happens when I get there with a far larger crowd. You know, there's probably going to be, there will actually be lines this time around. You know, I'm expecting that because there's going to be a lot more people. But that's okay because the way that I saw things set up and how people worked at the last time, it was kind of like, I have a feeling the lines will move fairly quickly, and that there's not going to be a confusion as to which door do I go to, which would, and it has some poor untrained volunteer with a sign just going, I don't know anything, which is what happened at Otaku 2022. So sorry, I know I'm getting down on Otaku 2022, but it was a really bad experience. If you weren't there, trust me, it was, depending upon what you were expecting. If you were a cosplayer and that's what you wanted to do, you were going to have a great time. And I don't want to yuck other people's yum for Otaku 22. If you had a great time, great. I'm glad you did. I didn't. But there are reasons for that. Anywho, so one of the other things I want to talk about, the tickets themselves and what they do for you, which is line and room management. So what these tickets do is they help Gen Con figure out, oh, this room's sold out really quickly. Or, you know, they you know, all the reservations are done, all the seats are packed. This tells us that we need to make sure that we have a person there who knows what they're doing to run the room, so that you can allocate your resources appropriately. Also, what this means is that since each event has a ticket assigned to it, and I would say probably at 75% of it is free, probably 20% of it are like around $5 a ticket, not that expensive, and the rest are the high ticket items because you're actually doing some kind of stuff. So, you know, like if you're in a room and your event ends and there's another event coming in behind you, unless you have a ticket to be in that room, you have to stand up and get out. That is automatic room clear. You don't need a person to come in there to tell you to get out. If you don't have the ticket to give to the people, you have to get out. That is an automatic room clear. Isn't that nice? So the only lines that you would have to deal with is if you had a general admission ticket, which most people do, and you happen to come across something, you go, oh, I wonder if I can get in here. And you stand in line, and if you can, great. But if you can't, the guy will come out and tell you and say, sorry, we're full. That way you don't spend an hour wondering if you're going to get in or not and missing out on other stuff. I think this is a good system. So anyway, I understand Otakon and Gen Con are two totally different conventions, blah, 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 blah. But there are certain functionalities that I think Otakon can pick up on to do a better job than they have been doing. So anyway, so kind of doing a comparison between Gen Con and Otakon. Needless to say, I'm very happy thus far with Gen Con, and I'm really looking forward to it, and I can't wait to take all the pictures and all the videos and show them to you guys and hopefully get you out there. And if you are going to Gen Con, by the way, if you are going, you know what I look like. Please come up and say hi to me. I would love it if you did that. All right, this is for you sci-fi folks out there. I'm excited about this. I'm sure you're excited about it. So a trailer was dropped for the second Dune movie that's going to be coming out, and it looks really good. From the perspective of a science fiction fanboy who really likes Frank Herbert's Dune. if you're familiar with the book, if you're familiar with the first movie, and you enjoy it, and you're a big fan of that book, then this trailer is certainly for you. You're going to see the things that you want to see. You're saying, oh, okay, they're going to do this, they're going to do that scene, they're going to do the other thing. Okay, great. Christopher Walken, I think, looks like he's going to play Liet Kynes, which I think is a kind of interesting choice, and actually looking forward to it. Some stuff that's going to be released onto this, you know, like Paul Modib's Prescient Visions. You know, we're going to explore a little bit more of that, and of course it's going to be basically the massive guerrilla war against the Harkonnens, for the Fremen Harkonnens, with Paul leading the Fremen and the remaining Atreides. So if you know the book, if you love the book, if you are a Dune fanatic like me and some other people, then this trailer, you're like, yay. If you're not, then you might be looking at this trailer going, okay, yeah, doesn't look that exciting. I'm not sure about this. Bautista is painted white. Why is he painted white? I don't understand. No. So for the people who are not as into Dune as some of us are, this trailer might be a little confusing, so I'm sure there'll be a more thematic trailer coming out pretty soon. So be actually looking forward to that. So yay, another good installment of Dune, it looks like. So very, very happy about that. Okay, so that's going to be it for this video. Like I said, it was kind of a little bit of a hodgepodge of a couple different things. So next week we will talk more anime stuff, because there's a particular older anime series that I would love to talk about, and it's in the vein of Cowboy Bebop. That's all I'm going to tell you about that. The other thing is that at some point in the next couple months, I think I want to do an anime watch party. If I do that, it'll probably be a movie. Think about a movie you might want to watch, you know, with other people on CyTube. You would just need to, you can just go to CyTube and watch it, and watch the people talk about it in the sidebar, or you can have a actual account and join in the conversation if you like. Of course, the rules are is I have to be able to play the anime on CyTube, so there's certain things that I need that are restricted to, like I have to be restricted to kind of Google constructs and YouTube. So hopefully whatever we choose, we'll be able to watch it. I haven't come up with a date yet, but let me know if you have any idea of what you would like to watch. Okay, so that's it for this week. Actually, I think I'm going to have a little Genshin video after this. And but otherwise, stay healthy, stay good, and if you're going to Gen Con, I hope to see you there. All right.